Being a bureaucrat's wife in Türkiye. When I was an adult young girl, I would reluctantly witness the pink dreams of my other friends and listen to the profiles of their white princes. While many were dreaming of romantic dreams, I would visit old bookstores and inhale the scent of aged books, just like a drug addict. At that time, I was aware that I was acting like an alien, but the idea that I could be someone's wife in the coming years was not very appealing. I was preferring to be locked in the library, studying and buried in textbooks for university preparation, instead of wearing lipstick and mascara and wearing flashy clothes. However, if I had known that I would marry a bureaucrat years later, I would have learned more about etiquette, choosing clothes for meetings and trips, and table manners for invitation dinners. I would be more interested in the subjects. Actually, I'm not sure if I would be interested, because I was a real Aquarius who loved her freedom. One day, being under someone's umbrella of authority and pretending to be something I'm not would definitely go against my soul, and I would throw everything away, like I did 25 years later. The people of this new world, which I mixed into right after the honeymoon the year I got married, had some habits that seemed strange to me. Although subordinate and superior relations were mostly in the military, superiority of rank and seniority among other bureaucrats were determining some of their behaviors. Wife would sit in the front row or seat first to represent the province or district. These first ladies, who got used to being in the front rows and seats due to their husbands' positions, after a while used to act like real commanders of the district or province. They used to behave more like king than king. I remember feeling sorry for the soldiers in my early days when I witnessed how the wife of a commander and the captain was barking orders at the soldiers in the unit. Or the orders that gave that the wife of a district governor, whose house we visited in a district of Kütahya, the servants in a picnic setting, had made my heart hurt for them. So much so that the wives of almost all judges and prosecutors had knowledge and statements about the cases their husbands were involved in, and even had the courage to express their opinions on these sensitive issues. I was watching like a comedy. I was questioning myself. What kind of self-confidence is this? Even some of these ladies were primary school graduates and could show this courage. Of course, there must be psychological explanations for these behaviors, which are far from the real warm and friendly texture of society. A generally accepted issue is that throughout history, men have always worshipped beauty and women have worshipped power. These codes in the subconscious, as soon as they seized the opportunity, was causing the egos to be fed through the spous's power of authority. Many of them were satisfying their instincts of dominance, which they want to have or cannot have, voraciously and ruthlessly. This was the most important and only issue on which I couldn't keep up with the majority for many years. I think I was the only one who heard everything in the community letter. As someone who has already worked as a news anchor in the past, If I had such a concern, I would find, hear, and learn about the news or current issue firsthand or from the center. My aim was never to be a researcher and investigator on a subject on which I was not educated. In my opinion, Arian should have done their job, but she had to do it in the best way possible. Of course, many of these ladies also had other prestigious professions, like medicine, academician, etc. However, they still needed their husbands' high positions to become lead bosses, and I think they were also satisfied. The subject of digestion is one of the most important life lessons I learned in the second half of my life. So that when I pray on behalf of my own children, I beg my saying, "Oh God, please test each of them with the successes they can digest and assimilate, and employ them in duties that will be for the highest benefit of society. Because I know that every empty, indigestible power will one day lead the person to a humiliating, spoiled state and cause the uncontrolled to go to rule. I hope that one day in my country, parliamentarians and bureaucrats will be able to ride bicycles to the parliament, the palace, and the palaces of justice. And I hope that their beautiful wives, ladies, will not get on their husbands' carrier balloons, and maybe they prefer to ride in touristic balloons in Cappadocia. Believe me, it is more enjoyable.